This is Spintax. It allows you to turn headlines up to 11, essentially. Get a ton of variations from just a simple syntax or spin syntax. That's one use that I like using it for, is to create headlines. You can also use it to come up with different ideas, do Facebook ads kind of thing. A lot of people use Spintax to do cold email or email sort of variations. It's very much used in that world, but I wanted to create in Google Sheets a way to simply write a few words and get a lot of iterations, and Spintax is the way. So I wrote this extension or Google Sheet add-on that is called Spintax, and I've just updated it with a way to generate Spintax. So what it did before, I'll show you, and then I'll show you what it does now in addition to what it did before. So I want to explain a little bit about Spintax. Spintax looks like this. We have a phrase like hello world, but instead of one word, we use curly brackets and pipes. So curly brackets to say, hey, we're just going to select one thing from here, and then we use pipes. That's just above the return key on Macs. I don't know where it is on PCs. But now we have a selection of world, earth, and there. And so the three phrases you can see from this are hello there, hello earth, and hello world. And all we have to do is write hello once. And we have all of the variations of world, earth, there with pipes between them and curly brackets around them. And what we're using is this spin all function. This spin all function is from Spintax. So you go up to extensions, add-ons, get add-ons. And you're going to have to install this. It's totally free for Google Sheet users. Spintax, just search for that. It's the only one there, Spintax Content Spinner, and you can install that here. It's by Better Sheets. It's me. I'm Andrew. I'm the Google Sheets wizard behind Better Sheets, and I made this Spintax Content Spinner. And again, just to reiterate, this already was able to do this. It actually has three functions. You can spin, and what this does is it just gets a random version of this, one of them. You also have spin all, which gets every possible unique result. And then sometimes you're going to have duplicates. So if you do spin everything, this includes possible duplicates. Sometimes you will have duplicates. So spin all will be literally everything. Spin everything will be everything without the duplicates. But now there's a new one. We can spin generate. And I'm going to get to that eventually of how to do that. But you're going to need an API key, OpenAI. Right now, I'll be adding more models as I can, but right now it works with OpenAI. So again, this is Spintax. You can write something like this, hello, and you can get all of these versions. Hello there, hello earth, hello world. But here's another version. We have 357 here, and words, headlines, blogs here were better ways to write. This will result in about 9 things, because it's going to give us every version of 3 words, 5 words, 7 words, 3 headlines, 5 headlines, 7 blogs, headlines and blogs. So it'll give us 9 versions, 3 times 3 here. So if we have now this headline where it's like a number, a different word for methods, and a different word for either words, headlines, or blogs, this is going to be 3 times 3 times 3. So this should actually be 27 variations. And so it'll load, and it will use spin all again. I'm using if right here just to have a little checkbox, but essentially this is just equals spin all and B14. Super easy to use this function. Again, I'm just using if just because it's fun to have these on and off switches essentially to show you. But yeah, here's 27 variations of one headline where all we have to write is this pipe version. And right now I'm only using 3, but we can actually use way more options here. We just have to have curly brackets around them and then pipes in between each item. So for instance, I come up with a lot of blog posts where I'm like, this kind of blog post could work for a lot of different roles. You know, there's a lot of different roles that use Google Sheets. So many people, account managers, accountants, business consultants, CEOs, copywriters, e-commerce managers, financial analysts. I've written here 126 roles, and I have a few outcomes for each one. So I want to have a different headline for every single outcome, for every role and every outcome. So to create this Spintax you see here in D2, I've had to actually use concatenate to concatenate what I think is Google Sheets, must-have skills, business ideas, tips, tricks, all these options before, now I'm using the join function here with a pipe in between them for A2 to A27 to get all of those 126 rows. And then for the outcomes, I'm also getting using join and putting it inside two curly brackets, B2 to B10. So what I end up with is, you'll see here, 5,600, more than 5,600 options, because I have 125 times, I have 5 options for that like second phrase: best practices, must-have skills, business ideas. I have 5, so that's 125 times 5 times 9. So it's 125. Let's see, 125 times 5 times 9, 5,625. So yeah, that's a lot of variations, and it's something where you can use this to create basically programmatic content in some ways. Sometimes you can. That's how I'm showing you here these headlines to write headlines, right? But what if you have like a phrase and you're like, how would I ever create the Spintax for this? Like sometimes you don't necessarily know, like, here's an easy phrase: writing is painful. This is so easy. What would you change here? Some ideas might be, you could have completely different text, which is like, drawing is painful, lawyering is painful, right? But maybe you want something around the same idea, like you want to get across the same idea, but you want it in different ways. And so what we can do is use the spin generate. So again, I'm using the if function here just to have a little bit of magic, so I can click this checkbox button and it'll magically appear. But inside, we're using just spin generate. So here we could just do spin generate and C2. Before I did this, I went up to extensions, Spintax, and I set up my API over here. So you do have to add your API, OpenAI API there. And here it is: writing is painful, writing is a struggle, writing is difficult. So those are 3 different sentences, but all similar sentiment. This is so easy, this is a breeze, this is a piece of cake. So now we have 3 options in each one. And we could write this a little bit differently, but it gave us a really good example right away. And now I want to spin all. And so I'm going to just use spin all here. I'm going to transpose it across to the right. And here's all of the variations. We have 9 variations here. Writing is painful. This is so easy. Writing is painful. This is a piece of cake. So that's really cool that we can have multiple versions of this right away. Can a Google Sheet Wizard catch a break? Let's see what AI thinks it should. Is it possible for, could Spreadsheet Wizard get a break? That's cool. So let's see all the versions of that. Again, I'm just using transpose here and spin all. And we got it all here. So actually, anyone who's watching this video on bettersheets.co, I'll give you the link down below of this sheet. If you're not watching this on Better Sheets, if you're watching this somewhere on like YouTube, go become a member of bettersheets.co today to get this sheet specifically. But you can get the Spintax absolutely free and just add your own API key. So let's see what does it take to increase revenue these days. Here's all the variations of that. And again, it just gives you some ideas of what you can do. That's only 2 options there. We can probably do a lot better here. How can Google Sheets earn me money these days? Let's see what AI has to offer. And let's see those versions. Again, I'm just using transpose and spin all. In what ways can utilizing Google Sheets generate income in the current market? Wow, that is a mouthful. But yeah, it gives you a lot of options. Wow, a lot more. In what ways can Google Sheets generate income in the current market? See, these are all, the sentiment is like the same, right? And that's what Spintax is really good for, is like just giving us different words to use, or generating completely different headlines, possibly, if you want like very distinct different keywords. This is really cool if you want to generate a lot of SEO headlines, a lot of SEO ideas, generate, simple text with this. But yeah, use the spin generate function now in Spintax, totally free, but of course you have to pay for the AI tokens, and the API is OpenAI right now. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what you use this for. If you're a Better Sheets member, email me back what you're using this for, what you can use this for, and I'm happy to help you through it. If you're looking for some interesting uses, happy to talk to you about it. Looking forward to it. Bye.